Lynn is very kindly going to hold the microphone for me because of my busy hands. Okay, so, thank you, Tom. This evening is to celebrate the presentation of the 9th Luke Bitmead Writers' Bursary, and that will be a great pleasure. It's also a platform to address the need for awareness of the growing figures of young men committing suicide. This is a big indicator that the society we live in needs to be adjusted to show concern for mental health problems rather than turn away from them. Attending to people who are mentally unwell is what we all need to do. My work as a psychodynamic counsellor gives me the opportunity to engage with people who have had trauma experiences that leave them feeling unable to lead fulfilled and enriched lives. Trauma can be the continuing feeling that you are thought to be not good enough by the person, often a parent, who happens to be caring for you, but they're actually making you feel that what they want is more important than what you want. And I think that's something we all need to kind of learn more about. Yesterday was the 10th anniversary of Luke's tragic and untimely death. It could have been so different if the doctor on duty had not allowed him to discharge himself in his hospital pyjamas and slippers at 5 a.m. in the morning. She knew he had been admitted following a suicide attempt, but then he had telephoned me, telling me that he had done what he'd done, so absolutely no doubt that it was a cry for help. The doctor clearly hadn't read his notes, as she would have known and seen that the psychiatrist caring for Luke had left instructions for him to be sectioned for 24 hours if he tried to leave. If that had been done, well, I probably wouldn't be standing here now. The place I have now reached is that things happen for a reason. After I had been asked to say when to turn off Luke's life support equipment, and this was done, the medical staff melted away. I stayed with Luke for 5 hours and begged his forgiveness for not having been able to manage things better. I also promised him over and over again that I would do all I could to improve care for people suffering from mental health issues, and getting them to be openly discussed so we can all support each other through dark days of despair without feeling ashamed. Transgenerational trauma needs to be addressed, not ignored, as happened in the family I married into. Luke's grandfather committed suicide, his uncle committed suicide, Luke committed suicide, and then his father committed suicide. When I married Luke's father, I knew nothing about mental health issues, but I did have a firm belief that if something is going wrong, you should endeavour to do something to understand better and then go into action in some way to prevent more loss of life. This just didn't happen. It is alarming how you can begin to think you're wrong to speak as I did, because the people around me would look at me as if to say, well, you're not supposed to talk about this, we just forget about it. It's not something we can handle. But we need to learn how to handle it. Well, now I have no fear of people looking at me like that. Nothing worse can happen to me than being asked to give the instruction to turn Luke's life support off. My GP at the time said I shouldn't try it and take the NHS to court because I would never win. How dare you, I thought. My son has died because of NHS failure of care, and you say I should disappear and not try to find out how we can change things so no other mother has to experience the loss of life that I saw my child dying, knowing there was nothing she could do at that stage. As you know, we did prove our case, and changes were made to provide better care, but it took 5 years, and the NHS spent a huge amount of money over these years and attempted to defend the indefensible, and also had to pay my legal costs as well. So what a waste of money. How much better it would have been if they had admitted their mistakes and apologised. I didn't want money, but a letter of apology, which I eventually got, and a promise that improvements would be made. All that time and and money would have been so much better spent on research and treatment for the mentally unwell. At this point, I want to say the NHS does superb work, as did Charlotte Cannon, the senior consultant who saved Luke's liver. She gave me good words of advice. Hang on to your anger, she said, and you can tell I have. Hang on to your anger, it will help you with your grief. I also now have a GP who has done a brilliant job with my various health problems. So, there's so much good there. And why should it be marked by people who don't attend to what they should attend to? I've been inspired by the words of the British philosopher, John Stuart Mill. Let not anyone pacify his conscience by the delusion that he can do no harm if he takes no part and forms no opinion. Powerful words. Now I want to tell you, this will be the last Luke Bitmead Writers' Bursary, but not the end of Luke's charity. I will be taking things forward differently, with a new name, focusing more on the need for improving understanding of mental health issues. Please continue to look at Luke's website, where more will be revealed in the future, and it will tell about our plans, and I will be working with writers, and I have one standing next to me, and certainly, I'll be saying more on Luke's website, so please take a look. Okay, so I've had some amazing support over the 9 years of running Luke's Bursary, and the encouragement and enthusiasm from past bursary winners, and you can see their books displayed here, and finalists, has validated what we were trying to do. It is always a challenge to raise funds, and I will never forget Ankia and Jim Scott. The year she was a finalist, I asked, I wonder if anybody would like to run a marathon for me to raise some money. And amazingly, I was a bit tongue-in-cheek, and this guy came, I'd be very happy to run a marathon for you. Woo! So I thought, that's amazing. And they not only ran, but they did an ultra-marathon, which was 50 miles, raised a great amount of money. And I know at the moment that Ankia isn't very well, and we did hope she'd be here this evening, so please get well soon, Ankia. We're missing you not being with us. Last year, I thought I would try the same question. Well, it worked once, so why not give it another go? Does anyone feel that running a marathon, I said. This time, the absolutely delightful Katie Ford came up, I'm sure you know that name, well-known writer, and she came up to me with a twinkle in her eye and said, I'm not going to offer to run a marathon, but I will give you a donation, and she has given very generously. It has been a busy time for her, which is why she's not here this evening, with not one but 2 books being published and being launched in February. One is called A Secret Garden, which is hardback, and a paperback called A Summer at Sea. These will undoubtedly be excellent reading from this best-selling author. It has been heartwarming that the generosity of spirit that has come our way, this is so emotional, has been energising and empowering us. A big thank you to Paul King, who has had his own tragedy to cope with, and the Cleve Hill Round Table, who donate every year after swimming a marathon. Pip Cantwell, who hired her field for Kate Moss's wedding guests, parking, and she gave a generous donation. Phil Robinson, who is here this evening, a school friend of Luke's, who ran a marathon on a very wet day in the New Forest, and he then bought us melter afterwards. Wow, thanks Phil. Quite delightful. A delightful accountant friend of my husband's, Sylvia, who's sitting on my right, she actually has given a donation year on year with her partner Ian, and this year is doing an important job because she is holding the big cheque for our winner. Her partner is doing a very important job because he's filming us, so we don't want to fall out with him this evening. Sadly, Yannick Schmuller, who's a great guy who's in the film business, he has filmed us for several years, but he couldn't be here because he's in Portugal and Hamburg making his own film. We hope everything is going well for you, Yannick, and We're sorry you're not with us. The delightful Ginny Cooper gave us a quote for The Body as a Temple, Luke's first book that he wrote, and Pam Ayres, who has a magical sense of humour and is a sparkling performer, she gave us a very generous donation. And, well, that's me done with name dropping. Except, well, no, because I now have another name to drop, and that's this person who's holding the microphone. She is Lynn G. Farrell, with her book The Wacky Man, who was totally amazed that she ran last year, and we were totally thrilled and continue to be totally thrilled because her book is doing really well. And Lynn, I was going to ask you to come up, but as you're already here doing this job of holding the microphone, I wonder if I could ask you some questions about the year and how it's been for you. So firstly, I would like to say, actually, how did you find winning the Bursary? You have the microphone.
Well, in a nutshell, I was stunned. I didn't know that I'd won. My niece came with me to the Bursary and said just before they started announcing the prizes, I didn't know you were a novelist, Auntie. I didn't know you'd been writing anything. And I said, oh yeah, I did. And then I thought they'd misstate my name, which was quite a relief because I didn't have to get up. I'm used to it now. But then, yeah, I won and I couldn't sleep that night, so I spent money on a very posh hotel in which I didn't sleep at all. But it's been amazing. It's been just hugely supportive of my writing, especially as my writing does deal with very difficult subjects, which is why me and Elaine have become so close.
Yeah.
And it's been fab.
So I was going to ask you, what kind of things have you actually been doing this year?
Well, I've been
Just
doing
an idea.
a lot of author events, lots of book blogger reviews that have been going, lots of networking with authors, and I just went back to my home borough, my home village last weekend to do a little festival appearance, and my English teacher turned up, and it was fabulous.
How impressed was he?
He was really impressed, even though he can't read it because it makes him cry. He's got a bit halfway through.
Well, I really think everyone in this room that hasn't read it should, because it's an amazing story. I had to put it down several times, but she had the courage to write it. I think, everyone has to have the courage to read it. Okay, so more questions for you. What do you like best about being an author? If you can answer that.
I think I like best the amount of people that I've met in the last year. It's just unbelievable. The team at Legend Press, who have been so patient and fantastic, and all the other authors that I've met and got in touch with and involved with. And then the book bloggers and reviewers, just a great network of really professional readers.
Brilliant. And what have you got coming up next? Or what have you got just coming up? Not necessarily next.
Yeah, well, the last thing I hope for this year, because I'm so tired of having the full-time job.
So we're very lucky to have her here. We do realise. Travelled down from Leeds. Tried to get an early night last night.
Yeah, went the wrong way on the train and then again on the tube. I do it every time I come to London. I've got I'm part of the Big Yorkshire Book Reading Club, and I'm going to be on Leeds Radio on Monday. But then there's going to be everything that I've seemed to have done this year came in October, so I'm going to have a bit of a break, and then it's Bradford next year.
Oh, brilliant. And have you got a second novel that you might be thinking about?
I have. I've been doing a lot of research, as procrastination really, but it's about the unusual, the healing power of unusual friendship, and it's kind of looking at some of the issues in the first book, but from the other end of the scale. So, yeah, as they say on, what is it about, would I lie to you? Keep it light.
Okay, so what advice would you give to this year's winner, who we don't know who it is?
I just say enjoy it, really enjoy it. The team at Legend Press are brilliant. Lauren, I'm sure, must have cursed me with all the with all the emails that I sent because I was such a flaming newbie, as I used to joke with Elaine. But they will answer every question that you've got, and they will always help you with any questions at all, even if you ask it for the third time because you've forgotten. And just build up the networks. There's loads of networks for authors and book reviewers on Twitter, and they will really support your book and help it take off and provide a lot of reviews for you. really good people.
Well, thank you so much, Lynn. Would you stay and hold the microphone for me?
Yes.
But can we give her a round of applause? Thanks very much, Lynn. Okay, so there are two people who have always given expert professionalism with great enthusiasm, and a huge personal thank you goes to them from me for keeping me informed, guiding me when necessary, and they are Publicity Director Lucy Chamberlain and Editorial Director Lauren Parsons. And sadly, we are so disappointed that Lucy can't be here because she's flying back from San Francisco, so hey. But Lauren's here, so Sylvia, I think, is guarding somebody down there.
I am.
So would you very kindly, you can take them out if you like. I mean, the perfect girl. One for each of you. Would you give them to Lucy with our love and thanks? And thank you very much. So, now I want to extend my sincere gratitude to everyone who's given a donation and encouraging words that you've actually given to us over the last 9 years. The wonderful celebration of Luke's life. Thank you for listening, and I hope you will have an evening full of joy and laughter, making it an evening to remember for all our finalists who have done extremely well to be selected, and they deserve big congratulations because there was hot competition.
I'm going to read out 10 through 4, before passing over to Tom to read out third place. This is including a highly commended title that we'd like to have a special mention to. I've got a little bit of feedback for each author as they come to collect their envelope. And if you wouldn't mind pausing for a moment when you get up here, because Chris would like to take a photo. These are in no particular order as well. So first up is Nikki Mackey. I'm not sure if Nikki actually was able to make it tonight. She is. Has she come up? No. For her novel, The Golden Cage. So Nikki has now secured a literary agent, and she's going to be working on her novel off the back of the bursary. So we just wanted to say that the judges were impressed with the dramatic and compelling subject matter. Nikki's writing style is captivating, and we have no doubt that there are many exciting opportunities ahead. Okay, and so next up we have Maria Stevenson, The Man Behind Closed Doors. So for your novel, Maria, we just wanted to say Maria manages to approach a daring concept with ease. The writing style really draws the reader in and offers a story that stays with you long after you finish reading. And next up we have Fiona O'Connor with The Group. Fiona's novel is believable and lifelike, weaving humour and real-life drama effectively. A genuinely funny satire, this was without doubt one of the most readable submissions we've ever received. Okay, so next up we have Heather Collins with Inside. The judges were really impressed with the well-thought-out plot, intriguing characters. Situations come to life before you tackling problems with confidence and flair. So next up we have Gráinne Murphy with Where the Edges.
Done?
The novel is a very refined piece of work with a brilliantly varied list of characters, one of the strongest manuscripts. Readers will really connect with the different personalities and enjoy the compelling plot. So well done. Okay, and then next we have Eva Sandoval with the revision of Eleanor Reddy. The judges were impressed with this atmospheric and original novel. The idea behind the story was gripping and engaging with great commercial potential. And the last title that I'm going to be reading out then is the highly commended title. So this is by Chris Nichol, Monsoons and Marigolds. This is a very ambitious and well-written novel containing a number of interesting ideas. The writing offers a strong, evocative setting that the reader can be truly immersed in.
Thank you.
Well done. Over to you, Tom.
Right, I feel like Sue off Bake Off. Looks-wise and nothing else. So in third place is Lockwall by Patricia Holland. So Lockwall addresses a very difficult topic in a direct way, which is sometimes hard to take. But I, which is me, admired the honesty and toughness of the protagonist. I also felt the setting was very atmospheric, and I really felt I was in Australia. This is an author of a great talent. See, and not the words of me at all. The words of Katie Forbes.
Yes,
so she wanted specifically for me to read out her citation. But then.
That was Katie Ford. Words. We'll speak later.
Then in second place is Beyond Ionopolis by Glenn James Brown.
Oh, I can. Okay, so now we have this most amazing moment that certainly the team that worked with the books and spent a lot of time perusing and wondering and discussing, we are thrilled to be able to announce that Dan Mooney is this year's winner with his book.
So I have a word or two. First of all, my English teacher would never believe this. Absolutely not. Just touching on some of what was already mentioned, a brother of a friend of mine was recently buried, having committed suicide. And at the funeral, tragic as it was, nobody mentioned what happened. It was just a man died, and he died, and that was it. There was no discussion about how it happened or what had happened or how sick he was or how sick he wasn't or any of that. And that's, as you already said, it's tragic that we don't have open discussions about these things. In that most horrifying and tragic circumstance, for something as wonderful as this to come out of it, that 9 authors got a break. Their books are here, that they owe their name to Luke Bitmead's name is phenomenal, and what a legacy for the family to carry forward. So I think that it's worth another round of applause for that. Outside of that, I can't say, I'm kind of stunned, so all I can say is thank you. Thank you for the opportunity, thank you for reading it, thank you for liking it, and for not kicking me out when I walked in the door. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
This will not fit into an ATM machine.
Causing more mayhem.
We almost did the
Cannot find the off button, Chris. Been trying to press it. Shall I just close it? Will that stop it maybe? If I put these on, I will probably